everyone, Helder here from Natural Training Center. Purpose of today's clip is to review the Merrell Trail Gloves. We have our members at Natural Training Center are continually trying to improve themselves and asking me certain questions, and a lot of them do not want to go right from wearing their regular sneakers, or snow tires as I like to call them, or running shoes, and they don't want to go to the extreme right away of running barefoot or even wearing Vibram 5 fingers, let's say, because of the look, because of the way the toes might feel, or the ridicule that they might get out in public. So they're kind of not ready for that yet. So they're kind of looking for something in between. So I went out there and looked around. Merrell's always been a very reputable company, so I wanted to take a look and see what they had to offer. So I picked these up. Recently we were out with a bunch of our members that are located out in Nevada in the Las Vegas region, and we went out there for a hike. Terrain is very unforgiving in certain areas, and I ended up wearing these Merrells to test them out, okay, as well as a bunch of other runs that I did beforehand, before getting out there, and also did some runs while we were out there in Nevada, just to test them out, and of course just going through my regular routine, regular lifestyle. So I wanted to go over a few of the pros and cons, okay? The great thing, it's a good looking shoe, okay? It looks just like a regular running shoe, so you won't get those looks or questions, and you look like a duck type comments that many of us get while we're out there training. Same thing with barefoot running, and you're always going to get that extra attention, and a lot of people don't like that, okay? They're just out there trying to get their workout and trying to get their work accomplished and get their work done. So once again, they look pretty good, look just like a running shoe. What I do like about them also is they're a little bit wider in the front, so they don't channel in like many of the running shoes do. So as you're out there, your toes have a chance to spread and really feel the terrain, and it's just much more of a comfortable feeling, a feeling of freedom that's out there that you're getting in these shoes, which is nice. The soles are made by Vibram, okay, or Vibram, pronounce it totally different depending on where you're from. And these are the same manufacturers that make the Vibram 5 finger soles, as well as a plethora of other shoe soles for the military and also minimalist running. The other good thing is it has a zero drop, so basically as high as the sole is in the front is exactly the same as it is in the back, so it doesn't increase and get higher like that high heel comment that I like to refer to in most running shoes. So that's also a good thing. They're relatively flexible when compared to another running shoe. And they're durable, breathable, machine washable, and those are a lot of the good points. I'll also put some stuff up so that you can see right from the manufacturer's site, the stuff that they're touting out there about the goodness of their shoes. A few of the negative points per se, okay, if I am going to pick up some negative points, one of them is, to me, they're not that minimalist, okay? Once again, it's all relative compared to a regular running shoe. They're super minimalist compared to, let's say, a Vibram 5 finger, okay? They're not as minimalist, okay? There's definitely a lot more structure to these than there would be to these. As you can tell, if I try to just fold these in my hand, they bunch right up. If I try to fold these, there's a lot more tension, a lot more resistance, okay? So that conveys right over to the way that your body's going to feel it in adjusting for your form and things of that nature, okay? So once again, another form is that these aren't as minimalist as we would like them to be, okay? But once again, if we're talking about progression, this is an excellent way for somebody to start out, go from a regular running shoe or regular shoes every day, that they can go ahead and wear these even to work. Certain people have jobs where they might not be able to wear the Vibram 5 fingers or other funky minimalist shoes that are out there, but if they're wearing a regular running shoe looking shoe, they're okay. So, once again, there's the right tool for the right job, okay? So I really like the ways these feel. Also, when we're out there in the terrain, depending on what you're doing, you're hiking. Some people have less experience than others do, so you're going to want that extra little bumper that these come with in the front, to protect the toes so you don't sit out there and break your toes or jam your toes and have a miserable experience, especially if you're, not doing this on a daily basis, just once in a while. Okay, so once again, these are great for that because they are offering you that extra protection that you're going to get, or not going to get from wearing a Vibram 5 fingers. If you hit your toe on something, you're going to feel it, okay, and maybe cause some severe damage. So you have that little bit of extra protection. As far as the running, felt great in them. Once again, not as minimalist, so I wasn't feeling the terrain as much as I would if I'm wearing other minimalist wear, like the invisible shoes, or called Zero shoes now, or Vibram 5 fingers, any different make or model. Once again, these also do have the shoelaces, so you get less slippage in the foot once your foot starts getting wet and you get up there in those miles. If you are running half marathons or marathons, things of that nature, you're not going to get all that slipping because you have a little bit of a tighter thing. But they're also, even Vibrams now, they come with shoelace tie-ups and everything like that. But once again, a good feature of the Merrell that I enjoyed and you know, thought that was pretty good to go. Other than that, there's not that much else that I can say. The one thing that I can say is that I do like them. I do recommend them as a tool for the job, depending on what your goal is. Okay, so stating everything that I said previously, if you're going from a regular running shoe to something, let's say, mid-level, this would be an excellent choice for you. If you're looking for more protection, not so much for running, but for hiking, and you're out there hiking on jagged rocks and, you know, who knows what else, another excellent choice that's going to give you protection that other minimalist shoes will not. So that's really it. If you have any other questions, concerns, please post them below. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Once again, this is just my opinion and my experience. You know, somebody else might go out there and utilize these shoes and find completely different pros and completely different cons. But once again, I'm just sharing with you my experience. All right, so I hope that this helps you. Do your research, come to your own conclusions. This is just a guideline. Okay, so once again, Helder Natural Training Center, thank you for your time. Get out there and run.